Thank you, sir. Good evening, one and all. Myself, Hariprasad Dasan from DC Bus Technologies, currently pursuing as cybersecurity analyst. Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Um, I hope the previous session was interesting, and let's move on to the basics. What are the things needed for a cybersecurity? Okay, ma'am. Let me share my screen. Is my screen visible to you, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah. Hmm. Before starting to the session, we must know what is called Linux. There are more operating systems that are available to our systems, like Windows, Mac, and Linux and Chrome OS. Windows are user friendly and that not an open source. So Mac OS, you know very well, the Apple products that uses only the Mac OS. Linux is has most of many versions, so we prefer Linux for the cybersecurity because of it is customizable and it's powerful and secure. One second. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah, let's continue with it.
Yes, sir.
Why Linux? Linux is an open source that can be readily available from for everyone. So why we use Linux for the cybersecurity? It's powerful and secure and customizable. We can use any tools and we can configure the everything what we needed to this particular domain. Okay, let's move on to the sessions. Um, in this session, we have using the virtual machines. Have you heard about virtual machines? Virtual machines are those that are software that is readily available on the internet. So, virtual machines that runs a multiple OS in a particular environment. You can either uses the Kali Linux or Ubuntu mobile OS, even though a mobile OS that can runs on a virtual machines. There could be multiple virtual machines that are readily available on internet. Some examples are Oracle VirtualBox and virtual machines and Hyper-V. These are the some of the examples of virtual machines that are readily available on internet. See, let's move on to the Kali Linux installation setup. Before that, mm, before that we have to install the Oracle VirtualBox, which is preferable for basic for everything. This is the interface of an VirtualBox Oracle, which powered by Oracle. You have to download the VirtualBox from here. Already I have downloaded, so you can choose based upon this Windows, Mac, whatever the OS you are using. So based upon that, you can download these things. I'm using currently using my Windows 11, so I am downloading this thing. And let's me forward to this. I have already installed the Oracle box, so you can, if you first time installing these things, just you need to install from the file explorer and then give a run as administrators, then install as defaults. Hmm. Okay, let's create a new thing. Before the you have to create a new virtual machine. So click on the new button, then name as it is Kali Linux, and this is the path you have which the virtual machines may save. Hmm. I prefer my hard disk, or either you could use your SSDs on that. Let me select folder D. That should be preferable for me as I have less storage there. After you need to select your ISO file. After installing the Oracle box, other thing you must do it. That's the Linux software. Let me check with internet. After successfully landing to this page, you just click the download button up here. There are two different things. Install images and virtual machines. Virtual machines are not preferable, that are pre-configured from the virtual machine companies. So I prefer installing the installer images. You could select the 64-bit version of this. I'm currently downloading this thing, installer ISO image. As though I have downloaded the ISO image already, so I am skipping this thing. Okay, let me go back to my machine. Hmm. Let me select the ISO image which I have downloaded. I have downloaded it on my desktop, so I choose the ISO image. It's downloaded like this only. It's about 4.7 MB GBs of this file. So let me select it. After that, you have to. There are some default things that you have to change before the installation. Subtype, it's Debian, and 64-bit is preferred. Hardware. This is the RAM that you have to give those machines. I if you're using the 8 GB RAM, you just give the 4 GB up to 4 GB you can give to this. And I'm giving 2 GB for this, two to three. And next move on to the hard disk. We have to give at least 8 GB. Why we are choosing this 80 GB means we have to install more tools for the entire cyber security sessions. So we need at least 80 GB. For your preferable, you can choose either 120, 128, or any other available GBs that you have. After finishing all this, just click the finish setting. After giving those things, just click on the settings just to check everything is configured correctly or not. Linux, Debian, and base memory I have set it as 3 GB RAM. And display you should give at least may up to the green line. Make sure this ISO images has been installed in that control. So make sure um, You have noticed these things and all. On network type NAT, there could be more options that are readily available. You can use NAT for this. Let me power off on my machine. I think my Kali Linux machine has been started. Let me zoom this up. You have to give the graphical installation method. Just click enter. These two of capture. You have to choose English for your whichever you like. On select location, India. And what your keyboard type? Just give American English. This needs some time to reload these things and all. So be patient while you are in cybersecurity. There could be more patient for this. During this time, we can why we are using Kali Linux. Kali Linux is built-in with every tools what we needed. Just hostname I give Kali and domain name we don't need it. You can use your now we are giving the username for this system. I give as Kali. You can use your names or whatever you prefer. Username for this also I'm giving as Kali. Now you have to give your own password. You can give either um, strong password or your preferable weak passwords. Strong password is recommended because of cybersecurity domain is more secure. So these are the basic things you have to need as a cybersecurity. Let's give continue. Kotlin is comes with built-in tools that are readily available. If you are there are more OS that are readily available on internet, you can give this use entire disk. I have allocated the 87 GB on my first boot up menu, so I'm giving this. So it's recommended for a new users. So gives these things. Just give continue. On this, it's asked about do you want write the changes to the disk? I press I press yes. This may take few minutes. So there could be other OS that are really available. Parrot OS and Black Box. These tools are alternative for the Kali Linux. You can either check with this. This may take few minutes. So okay, during this time I can tell you what the Kali Linux having. There are some similar tools that are used by many of the ethical hackers, like Nmap for scanning the websites and IP addresses, and Shoot for it acts as a man in the middle. So it's capturing those requests and responses. And there are more tools that's likely to this. Mm, and some built-in tools that are available in Kali is such as information gathering. Information gathering sense you can gather some information with these tools. There are some popular tools that are really available. Amas and Maltico. These things get informations when you're giving those. mm, what uh, if you are having IP or a domain that is then it gives us the information for this. Before there are some several steps that are really available for cybersecurity. PT. Okay, let's move on to this. You can choose these things. Desktop. These are the default things that comes with Kali Linux. You can give continue on this. Let me move forward. This may take several minutes, so I'm opening my Kali Linux machine. One. There are several categories that are really available on the Kali Linux. Information gathering, vulnerability analysis, and website analysis. These are the tools that may come preloaded. This is the GUI of the Kali Linux after you are first installing now those Kali Linux in your system. Just be patient for these things.
Sir, sir, we cannot see your screen.
Now you now I am visible, na?
Now we are able to see the screen, sir.
Yeah, yeah. There was trouble in my internet, so sorry.
Okay, sir. No issues, sir. No issues.
And this is the GUI after you successfully log into your Kali Linux. Just give the username that you have given before and give a password. I have given a strong password to this, so I'm logging to this. During first time there it takes several minutes to load, so be patient. Okay, let's move on to the Kali machine. So as I said about previously, uh, there are some inbuilt tools that are readily available for this. I have told about the Maltigo and Savalamas vulnerability based on the categories that are separated by pixels. You can either use these things. The popular tools are Shoot and SQL Map. There are some password attacks tools that are readily available. Hydra. This tool that brute forces the use with the username and the passwords with the word list. So you, there are some built-in wireless tools that are really available for this. And social engineering. There are some categories in cybersecurity. Um, Information gathering and vulnerability and social engineering and exploiting things. You can. Okay, let's move on to after installing the Kalni, just open the terminal by Control Shift T. Um, Let me type my zoom to this. Is it visible now? Let me type sudo apt up, update. And what the sudo means, the it gives a admin privilege, like run as administrator in Windows. So it gives you admin privileges to install those things. And you have to give and symbol. Let me give sudo apt update. Let me give my password. For the first time, it takes several minutes to do this. Based on your internet connection, it will go to during time. So let me see some tools. Control Shift T to open another terminal. Be aware of giving your RAM to this system because we need at least 4 GB RAM for the particular Kali Linux. So we are running multiple tools on that, and we are running some commands and some tools and various kind of scannings that are going to your backend. So you have to be give at least 8 GB RAM. If you are having 4 GB RAM, you just give 2 GB for that. Okay, my update has been finished. So I am giving another command for that. Sudo apt upgrade. And why I am giving this upgrade means it before that I have updated all the apps that are readily available on my Kali Linux. So I am giving yes 5 minutes yes and no n means no. So the space needed is to 2100 MB. This may take several minutes to put all those things. You have to use these tools to for only education purpose. Don't do anything on that. So, being a cybersecurity students and a professional, we are don't do any crimes on this. Without permission, you didn't do anything. Some password attacks. Hash the cat. You have heard about the cryptography things that are comes under the cybersecurity things? So, and hash the cat is a tool that decrypts the hash values into a normal text. On database attacks, SQL maps, there are if you want to crack the database information, you can use the SQL maps. Website analysis tools, Nikto. This is a vulnerability analysis tool that gives some vulnerable on that particular website or IP. As the before session, we have discussed about the penetration testing that is legally available. Legally, we have testing those things. There are some job opportunities based on the things. And however, there are some technical things that you must know for this. You need at least a basic coding and knowledge for these things. And before testing a website, you must at least know about what is HTML and CSS and JavaScripts. And during pen testing, we test all those things. There are several categories that comes under IoT testing, API testing, and web app testing, cloud testing. So before and we are testing based upon the one thing or our top 10. Um, there are some top 10 vulnerabilities that are really available on the internet. According to the 2021 study, there are some categories based upon that. Broken access control means the user can log in through the website and access to the admin. So the admin can, so the user or the attacker can get the admin access. So he can modify everything what he can do. And cryptography failures, as I said before, the cryptography is the main thing in cybersecurity. And the Google manager that gives at least a 16 GB strong possible. Why this means even the cryptography has some algorithms to encrypt the plain text that are converted into ciphertext, and the ciphertext are again converted to the plain text. During this time, encryption and decryption are happening in the middle of this process. In cryptography, we have some categories: symmetric and asymmetric. Symmetric are things that we use both two keys for single key for the thing. And asymmetric means we use public key and private key for this. And there are some tools like Wireshark that analyzes your packets that going through your system and your router. And the third thing is injection attack. There are some injection attacks, process scripting and SQL attack, SQL injections. And the fourth thing is insecure design. And the fifth thing is security misconfiguration. And sixth one, vulnerability and outdated components. And identification and authentication failures for software and data integrity failures, security login and monitoring failures, and server side request forgery. These are the things you must know before you entering a cybersecurity thing. You must ask question to yourself before for this domain. You have to learn more things in from internet and from yourself. My update is about to finish. Let me wait for some time. So this is the first time, so it may take several minutes. So be patient for that. My update is about to finish. There are some error has been occurred, so I'm giving sudo update, and you have to give the just all those comments are say case sensitive, so be aware of giving your comments and give this thing. You have to give this thing fix missing. With, with this command, it's fix all those things. As I said before, it's a case sensitive. I need to use another thing. Again, it's checking my things, so wait for some time. Yeah, finally our Kali Linux machine setup has been over. So thank you for attending this